Custer is going to attack this big camp. His biggest fear, they're going to run, they're going to scatter, they're not going to fight. That's going to lead to his death certificate. He comes off the divide, begins to fracture his command. He sends Captain Frederick Benteen with 120 men, 3 companies off to the south to scout. Benteen hates Custer's guts, has no use for him. Benteen questions the order. General, if this village is as big as they say it is, perhaps we better keep the regiment together. We're going to need every man we've got. You have your orders, Benteen. Follow them. You're dismissed. Benteen hates Custer. Custer hates Benteen, and Reno hates both of them. Reno and Custer come off the divide, 12 miles out, 7 miles out, 3 miles from the river crossing. The scout Gerard sees 60 warriors racing to the north. He screams out, "There go your Indians, General, running like the devil." Custer sends immediate orders to Major Marcus Reno, second in command. "Major Reno, the village is just ahead and running away. Move forward at as rapid a gait as you deem prudent. Sweep everything before you. Pitch into anything, and you'll be supported by the whole outfit." Reno crosses the river, cinches up his equipment, tightens his saddle girths, and charges down the valley towards the massive camp. Reno's got 140 men. Inside of the village, it's chaos. They're not expecting a fight. They're caught off guard. The village criers scream out, "Ota! Ota! The chargers are coming! The long knives, the blue coats!" Old women hobbling on sticks, trying to get away. Young mothers racing around frantically, trying to find their children who are swimming and playing. Inside the village, Sitting Bull, 45 years old, too old to fight, but not to lead. He exhorts the warriors on. "Brave up! Strong hearts to the front, cowards to the rear. Ho-ka-hey! It's a good day to die." 12, 13, 14-year-old boys race out of the village on horseback. They tie sagebrush to the backs of their ponies' tails and ride back and forth, creating a giant dust cloud. As Reno thunders down the valley faster and faster and faster, at 500 yards, he knows 2 things. Number 1, the village is not running away. And number 2, he's never fought the Sioux and the Cheyenne before. At 300 yards, he will scream out, "Halt! Dismount! Form skirmish lines now! Fight on foot!" 140 men attempt to rein their horses in at 25 miles an hour. Private Smith and Turley, 2 city boys, they can't ride so well. Fact is, they can't stop. They go right into the camp, their heads later found on top of poles. 138 men dig in. Every 4th man's a horse holder. He takes his horse and 3 others, pulls them off the battle line, back into the timber along the river, protect horses and ammunition from the advancing warriors. Now that cuts the skirmish line down to 90 soldiers spread across the valley in 5-yard intervals, and in 10 minutes, they'll face 600 warriors. The company commanders, they order volley fire. They take their big bore Springfield carbine, 45-55 trapdoor single shot. It shoots a big bullet, and if it hits you, something is going to come off. They open up the breech. They drop the cartridge into the breech. They close the trap, cock the weapon, ready, aim, fire. Boom! 90 guns go off. Open the breech, eject the spent cartridge, throw another round, close the trap, cock the weapon, ready, aim, fire. Boom! Another 90 guns go off. Big bullets rumbling into the village, crashing into the teepees and dropping some of them on the ground. Inside the camp, a warrior named Gall readies himself to fight. He's 6 feet tall and he weighs 250 pounds. His 2 wives and 3 daughters are killed by Reno's charge. When he found out, he said, "It made my heart bad. And I fought back with a hatchet." Gaul, Crow King, Two Moon, Low Dog, Crazy Horse, they roar out of the village like angry bees out of a hive and slam into Reno. After 20 minutes, Reno collapses in retreat, falls back into the timber, digs in for a second stand, but now the warriors get in behind him and they light the brush on fire. They snap buffalo robes and run his horses off, and his ammunition supply is depleted. He's starting to feel very uncomfortable. He finally screams to the scout, "Bloody knife! Bloody knife! Bloody knife! What are the Indians doing?" Ow! Bloody knife takes a bullet right in the head. His hot brains and blood go all over Reno's face. Right then and there, Marcus Reno has the first documented account of post-traumatic stress syndrome. He issues conflicting orders to the other soldiers. Mount! Dismount! Mount! Guys are going up and down, and then he screams out, "Those who want to make their escape and live, follow me!" He crashes out of the timber, races back towards the river crossing. Other soldiers are trying to catch up. It is a rout. There's no attempt to cover the retreat at all. Warriors race up next to the fleeing soldiers and pump Winchester and Henry repeating rifles into the command. Boom, 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 boom! Two Moon, a Cheyenne chief. We mowed the soldiers down. It was like a buffalo hunt. We came up behind the soldiers. We slipped our bowstrings over the soldiers' heads and jerked them out of their saddles, pounded them with clubs, and took their guns. And we counted two, which means to touch an enemy with a stick, but not like Hollywood. Bash his brains in and kill him. You're not brave. Why are you here? You did not bring enough soldiers. You better go back and get more. 40 men will die in this race with death through a gauntlet of hell. They get to the river crossing. Horses plunge off the bank, crash into the stream, flounder, and men drown. Warriors on top of the ridges rain bullets into the crossing. Ladies and gentlemen, the river was red with blood. It wasn't cowboys and Indians, and it wasn't John Wayne. This was war. Reno scratches and claws and clambers across the river, climbs out onto the bank, gets on top of the high ground 5 miles to the south of us. He is a fractured commander, and his battalion is whipped and demoralized. About 15 minutes later, Captain Benteen returns from his scout to the south, approaches Reno on the high ground and snarls, "Where's Custer?" Reno says, "I don't know where Custer is, but for God's sake, Benteen, halt your command and help me. I've lost half my men." Benteen's got a message in his pocket. He hands it to Reno. It reads, "Benteen, come on, big village. Be quick, bring packs. P.S. Bring packs. Ammunition packs." Neither one of those officers is going to respond with any sense of urgency to that order